this video, I'm going to talk to you about humour in the classroom. The article I'm using is called Student Perceptions of Teacher Humour and Classroom Climate by Stewart and Rosenfeld. This article explores the relationship between how students perceive their teachers' use of humour and their perception of the classroom climate. In other words, how teachers' use of humour affects the way their students view both the teacher and the classroom environment. In this article, Stewart and Rosenfeld have reviewed research from many other studies and used this information to conduct their own. Let's begin with some of the common beliefs as to why humour is used in the classroom. According to Collar, humour can help us cope with issues such as stress and anxiety. A teacher may use humour to deal with their own anxiety of presenting in front of a classroom, or they may use it in the hopes that it will allow students to feel more comfortable and stress-free in their classroom. Humour is also often viewed as a way of creating social connection and helping us form relationships. However, these beliefs are only connected to one type of humour, and we often do not consider that some humour can have the opposite effect. According to Freud, humour can be divided into two categories, tendentious and non-tendentious. Tendentious humour is humour that comes across as hostile or derogatory, and is often related to sarcasm, or when we use jokes to make fun of others. Tendentious humour can be viewed as a psychological attack against the target of the humour, and can have a very negative impact, especially on the person that the humour is aimed at. Non-tendentious humour is playful and non-threatening. Generally, non-tendentious jokes are not aimed at anyone in particular, so they are less likely to come across as a personal attack. Non-tendentious humour is commonly viewed as positive humour. So let's get on to the study. Stewart and Rosenfeld developed two questions to lead their research study. 1. Do students' view of the classroom climate depend on whether the teacher is perceived to be using humour? And 2. Does the type of humour or a combination of humour affect the overall view of the classroom climate? 195 students were randomly selected from different departments and across various academic levels from a university in the United States. Students were given a list of 16 different types of humour, such as, "My teacher tells humorous personal stories," and "My teacher humorously teases students in a hostile tone," and were asked to scale each from 0 to 4. 0 being that their teacher never uses that type of humour, and 4 being that their teacher very often uses that type of humour. After the lessons were complete, the students were then asked to complete a form on the overall climate of the classroom. Stewart and Rosenfeld then developed their results from the information provided to them by students. They split the teaching styles into 4 groups. Teachers who used little to no humour in the classroom were known as the humourless teachers. Then there was the non-hostile humour teacher, the hostile humour teacher, and a teacher who uses large amounts of both was known as the humourful teacher. So what were the results? Well, the results found that classrooms of humourless teachers were viewed as highly formal, high in organisation and order, low in supportiveness, low in involvement, and low in innovation. Hostile humour teacher class climates were perceived as having an unfriendly and uncomfortable atmosphere, lacking rule clarity, competitive, and low in supportiveness. The class climate of humourful teachers is viewed as high in supportiveness and innovation, but very low in organisation and control, and are perceived as not being task-orientated classes. Non-hostile humour classrooms have been shown to have climates that students view as highly supportive and innovative, as well as being high in organisation and focused on task work. This evidence suggests that using non-hostile humour, such as fun, playful, and engaging humour in the classroom, can have positive effects on how students view the overall climate of the classroom. Using non-hostile humour provides the class with a balance of fun and support, as well as organisation and directed learning for a successful classroom. Stewart and Rosenfeld suggest that the use of any humour is more beneficial than using no humour at all. However, the evidence suggests that it's important to focus on using a balanced amount of non-tendentious humour for the best results in your classroom.